Stavithanyena bhutale Swayam rupam kadamaya dadanti swadanti. First of all, I offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my Diksha and Shiksha Guru, Nityalila Pravishna Om Vishnupad Asatara Satati Simad Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Then I offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of my Shiksha and Sannyas Guru, Nityalila Pravishna Om Vishnupad Asatara Satati Simad Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj. Then I offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of the Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga, Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And I offer my humble obeisances unto the lotus feet of the manifestation of Ananga Manjari in Chaitanya Leela as Jahnava Thakurani, the beloved husband of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. My Dhanavad Pranam to Jahnava Ma. And I offer my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavis and Vaishnavas who are present here today. Dhanavad. So, Jahnava Mata is a very important personality in the Gaudiya Sampradaya, in the Gaudiya mission. There is one Brahmin, his name was Suryadas. He was living in Bengal. And he was a very pious Brahmin. He was a very devoted Brahmin. He was meditating always on Krishna, chanting Krishna's name. He was a devotee of Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya. He followed the principles of bhakti. Then he had a dream one night. In this dream, he saw that Lord Nityananda was Balaram. He saw Balaram. He saw Balaram, and on the one side, Balaram's consort Revati, and the other consort, the name is slipping my mind now. He had two consorts, Revati and I can't remember. So these two consorts were on each arm of Balaram. Then he saw Balaram become Nityananda. And one of the consorts became Vasudha, his daughter Vasudha, and the other became his daughter Jahnava. Suryadas had two daughters, very beautiful daughters. And these two girls were now in the full ripe bloom of the youth, and it was time for them to marry. So when Suryadas had this dream, then he understood, oh, my daughter should be married to Nityananda. And he became very happy to marry his daughter to Nityananda. Now, Krishna Kavi Kanapura, in his book, Gauragana Deshadipika, he writes that Lord Nityananda, Jahnava and Vasudha, the two sisters, they are incarnations of the two spouses of Balaram. Revati and I cannot remember. Can you remember Madhuvrat, the other name? Balaram had two wives, Revati and I cannot remember that. So, to understand that's slipping my mind, I can't. Anyway, so they are the incarnation of these two spouses. Then some person said that Jahnava is actually Ananga Manjari. Another person said that Vasudha is Ananga Manjari. But Kavi Kanapur told both of them are manifestation of Ananga Manjari. Ananga Manjari is very special. She is unique amongst all gopis and manjaris of Braj because she has two moods. One is to directly enjoy with Krishna and the other is only to arrange for Radha to enjoy with Krishna. So she has both moods. No other gopi or manjari has both moods. Only she has both moods. Gurudev explained. So, because Balaram, she is just as Radhika expands from Krishna, Ananga Manjari expands from Balaram. She is the younger sister of Radharani, Ananga Manjari. So Balaram is Akhanda Guru Tattva. Means all kinds of moods for serving Krishna are in Balaram. His the moods of Shantaras are there when he becomes the different paraphernalia for serving Krishna. The mood of Dasyaras, because he sometimes serves Krishna like a servant. And the mood of Sakyaras, because he is a cowherd friend of Krishna. The mood of Vatsalyaras, because he is the elder brother of Krishna. And then the mood of Gopi, Madhurya and Manjari Bhav, because he is Ananga Manjari. So all moods. Whichever the disciple mood will be, it is present in Bala. So, then, Suryadas became very happy. Then he told some people that this is the situation, that I had this dream. Then those persons went to Lord Nityananda, explained to him that this is the dream of Suryadas, that you are Balaram, and his daughters are your spouses from previous birth, and now they should be married to you in this dream. So Nityananda accepted to marry both of them. So he married Vasudha and he married Jahnava. From Vasudha, he gave birth to Veerachandra. Veerachandra is his son from Vasudha. Jahnava didn't have any children. She didn't have. She remained as free from that, having babies. And she did many important things in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. One thing was that she manifested her during the time of Keturi festival. This festival was very important. Why it was important? Because after Mahaprabhu left this world and all his associates left this world, at that time there was many disputes. Just as there is many disputes now that the Mahabhagavats have so everyone is disputing. No, it is only Prabhupada, no, it is only Srila Maharaj, no, it is only Gurudev, no, it is this, no, that, like this, like that. So everyone arguing. In that time also, arguing was going on. Okay? Some persons not accept Nityananda as Balaram. They say he is not Balaram. Not accepted. And some persons not accept that Srivas Thakur is part of the Panchatattva. There is Panchatattva, the Chaitanya, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar. Some people say Narahari Thakur is that fifth person. In the Chaitanya Arti, the Gaura Arti, Narahari Adhikari. So they say this Narahari, he is that fifth person. But others say no, Srivas Thakur is that fifth person. So then another thing they are arguing, which is the correct or the most important biography of Mahaprabhu. Because Kavi Kanapura wrote one, I think Chaitanya Mangala, Lochan Das wrote one, and Chaitanya Bhagavat was done by Vrindavan Das Thakur, and Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj. So many commentaries give, so many biographies were there. So which is the most accurate biography? This also was disputed. And there were many other disputes. Some felt that ladies cannot give Diksha or be Acharya. So like this, there are many, many arguments going on. So, Narottam Das Thakur's brother became the king because Narottam was born in the family of Kshatriya. So his brother Krishna Raja Datta became the king. And Srinivasacharya and Shamananda came to Keturi festival. That time Jahnava Mata had gone to Navadvip to see Sachima, but Sachima left. Then Jahnava came with a big group to meet with the Narottam and Srinivas and Shamananda at Keturi festival. And Sripati and Srinidhi and so many people were with Jahnava Ma. They went there and she came with a big kirtan party. She was doing kirtan and they were doing kirtan. So that was first day of the festival. Then second day of the festival, they did the installation of Gaur and Nityananda Murtis. Srinivasacharya was doing the bathing ceremony, installation ceremony. And when Srinivasacharya was doing that, Jahnava Ma began the kirtan. She began doing kirtan. Srila Bharti Maharaj told me that it was actually Jahnava Ma who gave the instruction that whenever we do yajna, or we do puja, or we do offering, or we do arti, or whatever we are doing, we must do kirtan. Some kirtan and bhajan should be done. So the idea of all the kirtans and bhajans that we are doing during all the ceremonies, this instruction came from Jahnava Ma. Because she told, these are not the primary, they are secondary. Primary is Nam Sankirtan. Primary thing, we should do Nam Sankirtan with the puja, with the yajna, with the arti, with the offering of the prasad. We should always do kirtan and bhajan. And this is why Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote all these songs for doing even the bhog, arti, Bhaja Bhakka Tava Salla Sri Gora Hari. So while the bhog is being offered, we sing that. And then arti throughout the day, Mangal artis, and he wrote one Mangal arti, he wrote one noon arti, and one evening arti, and Gaur Arti and Radha Krishna Arti and all the artis he wrote. And so many songs he wrote for accompanying all the rituals and pujas that we do. Because Bhakti Vinod Thakur comes in this lineage. His Diksha Guru is Bipin Bihari Goswami. He is in the lineage from Jahnava. So his initiation took place in that line. And even Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, he is initiated Diksha Mantras in the line from Jahnava Mata. Therefore, Saraswati Thakur took initiation from Gaur Kishore, so he is also initiated in the line from Jahnava Mata. But Shiksha is different. Their Shiksha is different. But all got Diksha Mantras in line from Jahnava Mata. Therefore, in our line, Jahnava Mata is also very important. Very important. Because everybody, Saraswati Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, all got Diksha Mantras from Gurus in line from Jahnava Mata. And when Jahnava Mata, when they installed this Gaur Nitai Murti, she cooked one very special feast for Gaur Nitai. And then she did a kirtan together with Narottam Das Thakur. When she did this kirtan together with Narottam Das Thakur, and Narottam Das Thakur was leading that kirtan, then that time Mahaprabhu came, and Nityananda came. Even though they had left the planet, they appeared. And Advaita Prabhu came, and Gadadhar Pandit came, and Srivas Thakur came. So when those five came together, then it became established. Okay, here's Panchatattva. Because they have appeared in this kirtan. So now the answer to that question is given, that Panchatattva means these five. Then Narottam Das Thakur gave the position of the chairmanship to Jahnava Mata, to show that ladies can be in the chairman's position and give the diksha and supervise everything. So she got the chairmanship. And then the next day, the installation ceremony on the third day was done by Srinivasacharya. He installed, because that was the day of the installation of Gaur Nitai was the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Janma. And next day was Jagannath Mishra's Mahotsav, and they installed other sets of murtis, Radha Govinda and all that. And when these murtis were established, when they were installed, then at that time Jahnava Mata cooked and did kirtan and everything for these murtis. And so her instructions about doing kirtans and bhajans during the time of puja and yajna, etc., then became the official practice in Gaudiya Vaishnavism from Keturi festival. So she established those principles. Also, they established that Chaitanya Charitamrita is the most authorized biography, because it gives not only the Leela but the Siddhanta, establishing Nityananda as Balaram. So they established that Nityananda was Balaram. They established that ladies can give initiation. They established that who is the Panchatattva. They established who is the most important biography. Everything has been established at this festival. So it was most important festival. And then Jahnava Mata, she later went to Radhakund, where she did bhajan in Radhakund. Her place is there. And today many devotees are doing puja there in Radhakund at the place of Jahnava Ma. And also, I think it was Nityananda, one disciple we had. It was either Veer Chandra or Nityananda, I don't remember which one. But they had some trouble accepting that Jahnava Ma was Guru. Okay? So she was staying in the home there, I think at Khetri, and she came out without top, only the bottom, and she was bringing up the water bucket, okay, like this. And then this devotee, I think Bir Chandra, her stepson, or Nityananda, who became her disciple, they came. And when they came, she became conscious that a male person is now entered into the privacy of this little yard and can see me without top. So she manifests two hands to go like this. So now 4 arms. 2 arms is pulling and 2 arms like this. So when he saw this, then he understands, oh, she is a manifestation of Shakti. She is the Shakti Ma. So now I can accept she is Guru. But she is manifestation of Shakti Ma. So, Jahnava Mata is very, very important in our line. We should all worship her. And we should accept her very, very like our own spiritual mother. And if we get blessings from Jahnava Ma, then we are very fortunate. Very fortunate. Then also today is the appearance of Lord Ramachandra's consort, not today, tomorrow, Sita, the wife of Lord Ram. But her chastity is impeccable. No one can measure the chastity of Sita. It is not possible that anyone, except maybe for Radharani, is more chaste than Sita. You know the story that in Braj there was one pot which had some holes, and if a lady was chaste, she could bring the water from Yamuna in that pot on her head and walk with that pot, and no water would come out. So, Radharani's sister-in-law, the daughter of Jatila, Kotila, was considered the most chaste woman of Braj. And when she took the pot of water and put on her head, then water came from the holes. Then she made Radharani to put the pot. That time, in her heart, she was meditating on Krishna. Then she prayed, okay, if I am devoted only to you, then you will protect my chastity. So then she put this pot of water on her head, and not even a fraction, an atomic fraction of water came from that pot. So Sita, she was also very chaste lady. When she heard that Ram will go to the forest, Ram thought, I will go alone. Only I have been banished. My wife has not been banished. My brother Lakshmana has not been banished. Only I have been banished, I will go alone. But when Sita came to him, she told, no, there is no, how it is possible? I am the other half of your body, I am the other half of your soul, the other half of your heart. Can half the heart be gone? It is not possible. I will not live without you, not even for 1 second. So she insisted. She took off all of her royal jewelry, all of her silk saris, and the silk dresses, and the royal attire, and put on the tree bark cloth, and they lived like a yogini or a renunciate in the forest, although her whole life she had been pampered as a queen and a princess, and she has never known even 1 second of austerity in her life, but she willingly went to the forest to be with her husband in this attire. So this is example that wife should follow the husband. Of course, husband should be qualified like Ram. Not bogus husband. But if you have qualified husband, you should follow the husband. If he loses money, recently one of Gurudev's disciples died of throat cancer from Poland. When the wife found out he had the throat cancer and was dying, she divorced him and left. She not stay by his side, she not support him, she not take care of him. This is not appropriate. Here we see Sita setting the proper example, that she is with her husband in the forest. And when Sita crossed the line to bring the bhiksha to Ravan in the dress of sannyasi, that time Agni Dev came and took the real Sita to stay in his domain, in his abode. And a Maya Sita was created, and it was the Maya Sita that Ravana put his hands on. Because it is not possible for Ravana to touch the real Sita. Only Maya Sita. No one can touch the real Sita except Ram. No one touches the real Radha except Krishna. The Radha that lives in the house with Abhimanyu and Jatila is Maya Radha, not real Radha. Only when she is dancing with Krishna, when she is with Krishna, then real Radha is there, and there in that house is Maya Radha. You understand? So, then when Sita's flying on the bird, she's flying on the airplane. She's flying on the airplane with Ravan. She took off her bracelet, her ankle bell, and her necklace, and tore one piece of the kapra, cloth, tied it up in that, and threw it to give one idea to Ram where she is going. That time, when Ram saw these things, he thought, okay, these look like the things of Sita. I will show them to Lakshmana. And I will ask Lakshmana if he also can recognize, are these Sita's things. Then Lakshmana told, oh Bhaya, my dear brother Ram, the ankle bells, those are Sita's. I don't know about the bracelet or the necklace because in my life I never look above the feet of Sita. I never saw above her feet. I only look at her feet. So you can imagine how much pain was in the heart of Lakshman when Sita accused him. You want Ram to die so you can have my body, but it will never happen. But Lakshman cried with so much pain in his heart. And this pain becomes revealed later when he tells Ram that I never saw anything but Sita's feet. So I don't know what is the ankle, what is the bracelet on the hand or the necklace on the neck, because only her feet I saw. Also, when Hanuman came to get a hold of Sita, to find Sita, and he found her, then he told her, okay, you just get on my back and I will fly and take you to Ram. She told, no, I cannot touch anybody. I cannot touch anyone but Ram. So it will be against my dharma to climb on your back. Then I will be unchaste. And her chastity was so pure that she stood in the fire. Okay, if I am not chaste, let this fire burn my body. But that time when she went in the fire, Agni Dev took the Maya Sita and replaced with the real Sita. So no one can be more chaste than Sita Devi. And when she was pregnant, and that washerman made a complaint against her, a complaint against Ram, he is the king, and he is keeping a woman who has lived with another man. Pamela, sit down. Stop moving. Sit. Properly. Okay. Don't move. Relax. How he can keep that woman in his house since she has gone out with another man? When his wife went to see her father and spent the night with father and came back, he threw her out of the house. Do you think I am like Ram? She told, I am with my father. I don't know where you are. You spend the night outside of my bed, outside of my house. I don't know where you have gone. I am not like Ram. I keep loose women in my house. So Ram sent Sita, pregnant Sita, to the forest. But Sita never gave up her love for Ram. She loved only Ram. She not like today, okay, this husband gone, now new husband, okay, that husband gone, another husband, like this. No. One husband is in my heart, Ram. That's all. So, the chastity of Sita is her greatest ornament. If we learn something from the Leela of Sita, it is that her chastity is impeccable. And any woman who wants to marry should try to emulate Sita Devi in her chastity. This is the proper mood